Smelly.
Smell of what?
The smell. You reek of ness.
Oh my gosh. Well, that didn't take long. Mark the first cuss of the episode.
You're welcome.
Mark it down.
Gotta keep it interesting. I'm not whining.
Keep them separated.
I'm just saying, like, you have been an avid non-Michael McDowell fan for years, and now I feel like I can appropriately join that club. Like,
Welcome to the club, buddy.
Man. So
McDouchebags for life.
So I think, Mitch, you're next. Like, that's all I can figure, because McDowell cost Keselowski a win, or potential win. He costs Blaney a potential win. So now, if next time LaJoie's running top 3, look out for that 34 car.
Well, hey, I'm gonna tell you, his teammate Todd Gillen didn't help Corey. Appreciate the
he did
whatever
not.
that was. After I hit there, he fell apart and wrecked like 6 times. I was like, my goodness.
So I definitely saw that part. I saw him wrecking three times part, but I did not see where the 38 hit him. What was that? Was that like the first half of the race?
No, it was whenever he was. I think he stayed out, and he was either he stayed out. It took 2, but it was him, Josh Berry, and Todd Gillen. They were 3 wide, I believe, coming off of 2, and Todd moved into Josh, which then put Corey into the fence off of 2, which I'm pretty sure knocked a toe.
Oh.
So,
that'll do it with these their Gen 7 cars. That's usually about all it takes, and
that's all it takes.
Yeah,
but I don't know. He definitely had speed again, so it just was unfortunate.
I felt like that was encouraging. Like that was definitely, it felt like, I don't know. It was good seeing him competitive, especially when RCR was like pulling the parachute the whole race. You know.
Yeah,
that's
pretty rough.
So. We'll open it up. Christopher Bell gets the doubleheader, the trifecta. What are we calling this? He wins both races this weekend. The sweep. He busted out the broom, baby. He got it done.
Pretty exciting. I'll tell you what, I honestly... Now, obviously, there's a few things we can complain about with the race, because I think NASCAR went full libtard and making them go back down to put the old tires back on when the rain tires, the whole rain tire situation was very frustrating to me personally.
I agree. I was glad they at least made the move, like especially after the Coke 600 when I was like ready to kill somebody in the tower for like calling the race literally at halfway because they didn't want to wait an extra 20 minutes. I was glad just to see them wait it out. But you're right, like their management of the Sprankle tires did kind of low-key suck. But
I don't understand. Like, another thing, if we're going to start the Grind Your Gears segment real quick.
I'm trying to be positive. Sorry.
Go for McDouchebag. No, great race. Like, minimal passing, no tire wear, but still a good race. Like, luckily it rained and mixed things up.
That is workable. Yeah.
You're not wrong.
The fact that they let everybody fill their gas, like, hey, we're putting rain tires on. What does that have to do with that? You're just ruining a phase of the race.
Well, I don't know why we don't just have free will with it. Like, just let the teams be creative. If they want to put slicks on, let them put them on. Who cares?
Why do Cody Rails is going to put slicks on? That's why. Because Cody Ware is always going to put slicks on.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, it should be like the creativeness of teams doing things. I don't know why we keep restricting that.
Well, that's because I get like, so I'm great with the initial call, like, hey, we're putting rain tires on. Great. Like, mandate that. That makes sense to me because it's like, hey, this is the standard that we're going to start this on. But I do agree at that point, it should have been fair game. Especially to the point where,
they can make the chance. Like, they can make the call.
Well, and then I think the other idiocy point, like Nolan in our group chat was blowing it up and he wasn't wrong. But like cars that were spinning out and wrecking.
Speak of those who can't be spoken of, okay? For one.
But cars that were spinning and wrecking were not allowed to put tires on. And I'm like, really? Like, really? How dumb is this? You know, because they're like, well, you can't put tires on now. And then like one stacking penny wreck later, they're like, okay, now you can put tires on. Like, it was just, it was weird. Like, I really did not like how they managed that part of the race. I thought that was just, I'm hoping this was like the first time, let's get it out of our system, and the next time, just let them race.
Yeah. But like David said, it wasn't a bad race. Like I actually genuinely enjoyed the race.
Yeah,
overall.
like it didn't really have a lot. Like I think if we would have had tire wear, it would have made things a lot better.
Sure.
But
yeah.
that's not. You want to say hi? She's got chocolate all over her face. She had ice cream. Say hey. Whoa, that was weird.
Dude, your AI is tripping me out. I can't. It's so weird.
That was insane. I don't even know what just happened there. Go back. Go back.
It's frozen. Is this Fox running the camera? What's going on here?
Hold on, zoom in tighter. Zoom in tighter.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe it listens.
It listens.
It is AI, everybody.
It's AI.
He has a robot.
I mean, it's pretty slick how it's doing that.
I know.
It's low key. It's a little creepy. I got to be honest. But
it's a little creepy.
It's got to make it easier to edit, though, right? I'm going to always be centered.
I mean, that is
Fox
true.
Fox is literally going to invest in this AI camera, and then they're just going to have a green screen for their booth. So like, they're not going to have anybody out there. So it's all going to be robots and Harvick, Clint, and like Joy in the green room. That's all it's going to be.
Okay, you grab. I don't think you saw this, David. You grab the drink and you go to drink it, and it literally zooms in on the can.
I did not see it.
This is ridiculous.
Now my daughters have, and this camera, and it just invites them to do this. What is?
Oh my gosh!
Look, it's. Oh God. Yep, there we go. That's my kids, everybody. This is literally what and I'm like, honey, you want to jump into and get a part? We'll just have the whole. This is
the AI world that we just don't know what's going on.
This is hello. All right.
Let's try this. Zoom in on David's nose.
It's on AI, so
I thought it was
when they show up, see how it naturally zooms in and out. It's creepy.
Super weird. It's completely. We've fallen off the rails. I have no idea where we even were, but
my kids barged in and my wife barged in, and now my dogs barged in,
and then your phone distracted us for
there we go
eternity. I saw that. That was great. So let's rate the race since we're talking about it. Like, what would you guys rate the New Hampshire?
Rate the race? Well, probably 7. Room for improvement.
Can't do this camera, dude.
You can't have this when you have someone that has like ADHD out the window. Like, it's just not going to work.
It's like, well, just sit still.
Just sit still, David.
It's not possible.
Like, no matter what I do, it wants to go, man.
Well, apologies now to those listening on audio because this is going to sound like the most random, stupid stuff in the world. But this is our plea that if you're only listening on audio, you need to watch the full length videos on YouTube because this will make way more sense.
Check us out, the Racing Addicts podcast on YouTube. Our tag is something like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure we're Racing Addicts Pod on all platforms. I'm pretty sure
on all platforms. Racing Addicts Pod on all platforms.com. Got it.
Yeah, I think if you just put Racing Addicts, it should populate somewhat.
It should.
We'll be there.
Yeah, we're awesome. If we keep making videos on SVG, we're going to be famous because apparently that's the magic formula.
I tell you what, these New Zealanders, they love us. Good day, mate.
We love you. We're happy to have you.
We're happy to have you. I can't do that.
Apparently, I can't either, so it doesn't matter.
I don't know. That's pretty cool.
No,
that wasn't it. What did that sound? I don't know. I'm on call for
Alex is very British in that.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe
he's British Australian, mate.
Well, it for the business.
It's in the ballpark.
This is a knife.
This is a knife. This is a knife. That's like when you do the Boston and you do the I left my khakis in my khakis.
I left my khakis in my khakis. Well, welcome back to the Racing Addicts podcast.
So let's rate the race. You go on the 7. I feel like you said a 7.
A 7, yeah. There's a lot of room for improvement, I think. But if you're not a fan of the rain tires, I don't think you're watching the race. I think it was awesome watching Christopher Bell come up through and just blow by people, blow by people and have the car sideways and just. I mean, him and Larson and Briscoe. Briscoe looked great.
Yeah.
I see. They. Third. we're recording a day late as usual now, so maybe we're actually on time. But today announced
Officially in the
news
19.
alert officially.
Yep.
It's not Chase Elliott. It is actually Chase Briscoe. I know everybody thought it was going to be Chase Elliott, but Chase Briscoe is going to the 19.
And major props to Joe Gibbs Racing that they totally owned the whole media mishap by Christopher Bell. So they posted a teaser video yesterday.
Really well.
Oh, it was so good.
They have a great social media team. And the content they kind of come up with, not just with that, but just like in general. Like the drivers are guessing how much like a wrap costs on a car. Like,
true.
Yeah.
It is good content.
Street knowledge,
Yeah, it's real good
stuff.
Content.
Absolutely. 10 out of 10. And then they had Christopher Bell kick off the press conference today. He's like, I'm happy to announce his full name. Chase Briscoe will be joining. And it was
they're buddies too. Like they both,
yeah.
I think own sprint cars. Oh, I know Chase. I can't say Cabri. Chase Briscoe definitely owns one for sure.
No, he does. It was good. Mitch, what would you rate the race?
I was going to give it a 7.6.
I like that.
I feel like it was pretty good. And honestly, the rain tires did influence my rating there. I do believe if it wasn't for the rain tires, I'd probably give it like a 5.5. But it was still solid for New Hampshire.
That's awesome. So I was loading out an event Sunday, and I basically, the time that I got in my truck to leave to head back from Florida to Pennsylvania was right as stage 2 was ending. I think I caught literally the last lap right before Hamlin won the second stage. So all of my reference for the race is basically the pure chaos before the rain when everyone's like dumping each other, trying to gain 2 more positions. And
yeah,
then
that's about when I kicked in too, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I don't know what I was doing Sunday, but I was busy.
Something. The second half of the race was phenomenal. Only judging off basically the halfway point on, I'm going like 8.1, 8.2. Like it doesn't have to be super high, but I feel like it deserves to break the 8 barrier because even the racing before the rain I thought was good just because everyone was going for it and you had a little bit of like strategy, like comers and goers. Like, and then obviously post rain, it was fantastic. Like, fantastic.
I think it's an 8.
AI.
I think it's an 8 if they don't do the whole tire management bullcrap.
That's fair. I get that.
Because that like really threw me off. Like, and even we just talked about this, but then putting more fuel in, like, okay, now there's no tire strategy and there's no fuel strategy. Like,
right.
Hello.
Yeah.
Ooh, anybody in there?
Like Tyler Reddick got the lead free and clear because that was the whole reason he got the lead. And then he got new tires.
I got no tires. I got no gas.
Yeah.
I got 3 laps left and I get to fill up. Cool.
Yeah.
Now, did you
I
guys
actually expected him to do better?
Reddick?
Yeah, on the
I did too.
Like wet.
Well, yeah, because
like their dirt guys really starred, so that kind of.
But
yeah.
I'm honestly surprised they actually got the race back going. I was for sure they were going to call it, so I walked away. I said they're not going to go back, so I walked away.
Oh, I thought they were done because I was legit bummed because the 12 and the 11 were the fastest cars before the rain. And I thought if they had like one more lap, I thought maybe the 12 was going to get it. And I'm like, P2, because I was the same. I thought like when I saw what time it was, the radar,
and they
I
don't
was
even
like,
have
they're done.
lights.
Yeah.
I just was figuring like, and the fact that I think they could get back and race on the wet was the key factor, which I'm glad they did. That's
Hey guys.
Me too.
I got a really good idea. You ready for this? Let's take the budget that we waste on the Clash in the LA Coliseum and Chicago, put all that money into putting lights on all the tracks.
Wow.
How about that?
You're not wrong.
That sounds like a
How
smart
long
idea.
would it take to spend the same amount of money, impact the same amount of fans? Because let's face it, Chicago and LA are a bust.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys realize this, but where were they this week? New Hampshire, middle of nowhere, sold out.
Yep. Last week, Iowa, middle of nowhere, sold out.
Iowa, sold out. In the middle of Chicago, 12,000 people.
Yeah.
It's like, in the middle of Los Angeles. A very, very dismal amount. Like
half a dozen? I don't know. Like,
yeah. Bad enough that Machine Gun Kelly got there and literally said, I'm not performing in front of 15 people.
And I think it's NASCAR chasing,
the max.
Yeah. So Brad kind of called that out in his happy hour interview with Harvick. I did listen, by the way, after you called, David. Yeah.
He did. That's probably what got me on this thought. But yeah, absolutely. He's like, thought. Hey, this is what we're here for. All I'm saying is I think Brad should take over NASCAR.
Always.
He's intelligent. Yeah. He's too intelligent for that, David.
He's.
I like that he dropped that the Gen 7 car is more expensive than the Gen 6 car. Did you catch that?
Yes.
I should listen to this interview.
Dude, it is so gold. Like, I love everything about it. Like, when I had no clue that he told Roger Penske to, like, either you give me this or I don't, like, you're not really that
crazy.
You running 30th does not really appeal to me. Like I kind of, like, so he's already done this with Penske. Like, he made them make the steps to get better.
Yeah.
So he built Penske up to be this powerhouse now that Blaney gets to run. And now he's doing the same thing with RFK. Like, am I missing something, or is that what it sounds like?
I mean, he's clearly a good leader, like, without question. Like, I think that's nailed down. Yeah. It was a really good interview. I loved. Did you catch the one beginning point when Harvick kind of set him up, and then Harvick gave him an out? He goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. We don't have to do that." And Brad goes, "No, I'm game. Let's go down this road." And I was like, "Yeah,
you could
get it, boy.
Let's get a fine. Let's get a fine."
Yeah. No, that was a fantastic interview. If anyone has not yet listened to it, definitely do that. Really, really good. And Harvick, since stepping out of the booth, has been like savage 10 out of 10. Like, his tweets, his everything. Like, he's kind of turned into us. Like, everything out of his mouth is like the pissed off race fan. And I'm like, it's my guy. So
he's got they can't stop him now. All it is make his ratings better, which is going to make Fox want him even more.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Next on the
Dale
list.
Earnhardt's so scary right now. If he didn't have that Xfinity team, I don't know what would happen.
I think Dale Jr.'s popularity is probably locked in for a while. I think that's safe.
I'm pretty sure he could do anything.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. So next on the list, right? I had the Michael McDowell incident, because I feel like it's at least mildly.
I hate that guy.
Yeah.
I hate that guy.
So
have I ever told you?
You've subtly hinted at that. What's kind of funny, and I know we're not normally a fan of this guy, but I was listening to his podcast on my drive home. Denny Hamlin said when his spotter told him that the 34 was on the front row, he literally responded, "Uh-oh." like everyone just knew what was coming. Like, oh, the 34 is on the front row? Sweet. All right, we'll don't put the caution flag away. You're going to need that shortly.
That's an appropriate
that's awesome.
Yeah. And for so here's my one little mini rant is every statement out of Michael McDowell that, by the way, I'm so sick of hearing is, well, we're in a must-win situation. Well, we're in a must-win situation. Well, Well, if you stop driving like you're in a must-win situation every time you have the potential to win a race, maybe you wouldn't be in a freaking must-win situation, because this is the third time this year that he's wrecked himself when he had a shot to win or finish second. He's caused a wreck and taken out other people. And I'm like, dude, this guy is supposedly a veteran. Like, oh, he's going to raise the Spire program. Are you kidding me? He's going to wreck more than the Spire drivers do now.
I don't want him at that. I don't want him there. I when I saw that, I was like, well, why?
I'm with you. Yeah, you're right.
It just doesn't seem like it's not going to make anybody better. Like, there's not going to improve. I don't think it's going to improve the organization. Do we really think Farmer Motorsports is where it's at because of him?
Now, no, but I think it is going to cause him to have a lot of pressure next year, because Spire is better than Rick Ware.
Yes,
by a while. And Haley is outperforming. He's performing top 10 in the past month. So if McDowell says I can pull this around, he better really be doing it, because I think the comparison will happen next year of how quickly Haley was able to help turn around that situation.
Yeah.
But
I'll
just
say
a thought.
this, like with McDowell, he's already mid-30s. You know, his careers are, I believe, is already on. I don't know. I think he's closer to 40, honestly.
He's got to be, right? I mean, I feel like
he was about to retire before his Daytona 500 win.
I don't think it matters until that'll buy it 10 years. And if Loves wants to sponsor him, which they do.
Loves is a front row sponsor, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I think that's gone. I'm pretty sure Loves is FRM, not McDowell.
Landon Castle used to be on the show.
Then maybe not.
Yeah. I don't think McDowell took any sponsors with him. I'm pretty sure he's just driving the car.
Yeah, he has about 3 years left. So this is his last hurrah. I don't know. He's not I don't know. It's hard to say.
We talked about it before, but it's a move that doesn't make sense. But honestly, I have more faith in FRM's future. Sorry. I think FRM's moving a really good direction, especially they're going to be moving up the Ford ladder. So, like, I'm actually more excited because I'm more excited to get other good drivers in a good Ford team. And just McDowell can go wreck the 71 every week. I don't even care.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of what
Zane's doing a hell of a job doing it this year.
Well,
so it hasn't been fantastic. That's for sure.
It's been a struggle. So, yeah. So
he doesn't get past that much, but that's just because he qualifies last.
Yeah.
Like he's a better driver than that. I don't want to write him off because of that, but he I don't know whatever is going on with the 71 car. Just get rid of it.
Yeah, it feels like they're just not even close. Like it's just weird. Like I don't know what's going on, but
just give a charge 23XI or something. I don't even know. What?
Like, why have 3? Like, you know what I mean? Like, like I get RFK going to 3 because they have 2 competitive cars every week.
Right.
But they don't even have 3. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like full time. Like they're sticking with 2 until someone wins a championship or something. I don't know what they have a theory, but
yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong. Like it's it is weird, and I don't know because Zane's not a Spire driver. Like he's a Trackhouse driver that's renting a Spire car, so I don't know if because of that he gets all the leftover stuff. Like
it's got some redheaded stepchild theme.
Well,
yeah, it kind of feels that way, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Is he running did you recall Memorial Day weekend what motor class he was running? Because I know Corey and Carson were Bs.
I thought we were told that all 3 cars were on B. That's what I thought. I know for sure. I know, right? I know for sure the 7 and the 77 have been on B the last 2 years. I know that 100% without because Ty Gibbs, or Ty, whatever his name is, Ty Dillon. But I couldn't remember what he said about the 71. But like Trackhouse money, you would think, like it would have to be right. It just doesn't make any sense.
I didn't think Justin Marks will allow a team to not to disadvantage someone because I mean that Trackhouse goes all in with everything. They don't half anything. It's either all or nothing. So
yeah, we're here to win. That's it.
Right. I honestly kind of. I mean, it's cool to see Zane in Cup, but he's so young, dude. I mean, you could have had another colleague car full time, you know, and just kind of bounce off what SVG's doing. But I don't know if you whatever the negotiation or whatever that idea was. I just think he needs to be in the Trackhouse,
right?
Like that car needs to be built at Trackhouse.
Which the rumors I'm hearing is that's the plan. Trackhouse is supposedly buying one of those SHR charters, and Zane will be there next year. So that's what I'm hearing.
I hate to lose another Ford.
Well, he's already gone, and we just lost another one. So you know, that's why I really don't want Gragson to go to RCR because I like him. I want him in the Ford camp. And I think Ford needs to actually fight to keep him. And I'm really, really hoping that happens.
But I think it's the relationship between Johnny Morris, Bass Pro, and Richard Childress. It really just depends on I think it depends on what Bass Pro wants because he's going to fund him.
Yeah. I was surprised they're sticking with the 19. And I was honestly shocked because I thought they would leave with Martin. So maybe there's not a whole lot of sponsorship money on the table for Noah. I don't know.
I'm sure there's plenty.
What do you? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. It should be interesting. I think we're going to start hearing some things here in the next few weeks, but
it feels that way. And Bianchi dropped a little bit more. I have it on our notes. Bianchi dropped a little bit more this week too. So that's the never-ending source of rumor mill of what's happening. So I had Kyle Busch had another terrible weekend. Like, honestly, I'm starting to feel bad for him. Like,
he's having a rough time.
He is, and they have no speed. It's not like so the 12 has speed. They just have crappy luck. The 8 sucks and has crappy luck. So it's like, that's got to be like next level. I want to jump in front of a bus. Like, it's just kind of what I'm thinking.
I do think he's going to get a win before the playoffs. And I have a feeling it's going to be like, he's so good at, we got the old Indianapolis track back. Like, we got the oval track in Pocono.
Yeah.
And there's the kind of tracks that, like, honestly, RCR doesn't run bad at. I mean, Pocono, I know Austin Dillon runs in the Cup. It's one of the tracks that he actually runs okay at. But I do think Kyle Busch is going to get a win, even though his luck has been really, really crappy. It'll turn.
It seems odd, but that's like kind of a bold take at this point, you know? But I mean,
it's Kyle Busch. I don't know. I can see because of what's been going on this year, but last year he was able to win 3 races. So he's capable. It's just like, I just think he's frustrated. I think that's the biggest thing.
For sure. And worth noting, Andy Petrie immediately was released at RCR today. So whatever that means.
Did they fire him? Is that what that means?
Well, so I saw multiple statements and they were all worded in such a way that I couldn't tell if he was fired or left, because it kind of left it a little bit ambiguous. But you've got to think it's related, right? Like, it can't be by coincidence.
I just think of his face with Wilkesboro and Kyle Busch said the thing.
What's it matter? We both suck.
And then it was probably that moment that started the thought process for him. I'm done. I'm going to leave this company by the end of June. That's probably where it started, and it took about 6 weeks to fruition.
I mean, I lost so much respect for Andy Petrie at Martinsville last year after his whole Austin Hill glazing. I was like, I'm out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I have mixed bag feelings for Petrie. I know he used to be an announcer with ESPN, which, I don't know.
Whatever.
Some people liked him. I was like, I don't really care.
That's just kind of how I've been with Andy Petrie, to be honest. And then I saw enough last year that I was like, I'm good. It kind of showed me what RCR looks like, and I'm just not interested at all. So, but kind of culture. That's just my opinion. The other part that was entertaining to me was to see the transition from the dry to the wet, and like the drivers that were good in both and the drivers that were like completely flipped. Because like SHR was garbage dry. They were like 30th place, and then by the third caution in the wet, they're all running top 5. Denny Hamlin had arguably the fastest car in the dry. He dropped like a rock in the wet. So that part was interesting to me too, because I feel like we kind of got to see, unintentionally, we got to see comers and goers. And then, of course, the 20 was just good at all times. Didn't matter. And selfishly, it was cool to see the 12 be good under both, too. But I don't know if you guys had any more follow-up to that. That was a note I added because I thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah, I thought it was unique.
Was the 12 good in that? Where did he finish?
He got wrecked.
He got McDowelled, my friend.
He got McDowelled. He front rows
25th.
I know.
Right in front of his future ex-brother-in-law. Ex-future brother-in-law, I meant to say.
Whatever. William Byron? Is that what we're getting
at? They were never engaged.
What's funny is Blaney got wrecked and he still finished in front of Brad, so.
Yeah, how did that happen? Oh, no,
actually, Brad wrecked after him.
Oh, that's right.
All of our guys wrecked.
I knew, so when they put the tires on, I knew that things were going to change, and I was like, either Brad's going to be hot right now or he's going to be not. And he was not.
Well, and that surprised me because that's where I was expecting like the more veteran drivers to show. Like, So before they went back racing, in my head, I'm like, I thought Denny Hamlin was going to win the race because he had speed before, and like, as much as we don't like him, he's a fantastic driver. So I thought it was going to be like I had him, Bell, and Larson on my immediate radar, and then I had guys like Brad Keselowski, and selfishly Blaney, but whatever. That's biased. Like, I'm cool with that. But I thought all of those guys were going to like march to the front, and I thought the 11 was going to be gone. So seeing the 11 drop like a rock and then the 6 just like continue to suck just surprised me, honestly. I thought that was their race.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think watching the 11 drop was kind of weird. Did expect, I lost my page here. I did kind of, one thing I'm trying to get to my brain here. I was looking at 5 different things. One thing that was kind of disappointing for me was how far down the 51 fell.
Oh,
he was like top five. And then he took like, I saw like the one caution in like 3 turns, he lost like 12 positions because he went low and everybody else went high and was faster.
And apparently he got damaged in that stupid McDowell incident too. And that was,
he actually finished 29th.
Yeah, he said after that his handling was shot. Like I'm sure he broke a toe link or something crazy. But
yeah, freaking McDouchebag. Did you guys see the clip? I just saw it on social media today of Justin Haley wrecking Ross Chastain. The broadcast must have missed it, but somebody on Twitter clipped it and caught it and posted it. It was hilarious.
Purpose?
Yeah, so Ross was going super slow, and he threw this late block on the 51, and Justin just didn't lift. He just drove right through him and spun him around. I thought it was hilarious. I loved it. I thought it was great. It's like, yeah, get it, girl.
I'm shocked NBC missed it.
I am too.
That doesn't just usually happen.
And I don't know when it happened. Like, I don't know if it was like a on the last lap thing, because obviously, like they usually miss stuff in the back on the last lap because they're watching the lead. But that's what I'm guessing, because they were pretty spread out. But anyway, that was the only thing I had. It was just kind of funny. So, anyone else have anything to add for the Cup Series?
No, man. I was okay weekend, and honestly, I'm starting to believe that I think it's just better broadcasting that's showing these races, but it was all right. It was a good race, I feel like.
Yeah, me too. I know Bianchi made the joke that we just need to install sprinklers at every short track, but like,
I agree.
It's not a bad idea at this point.
Yeah, at this point,
it's got to be cheaper than lights, right?
That's true. You know,
lights and more horsepower.
Yeah. Which is funny. Blaney doubled down again in his interview with Dale Jr. They was talking about the car stuff, and Blaney's like, "Now I will never come off the pillar of wanting more horsepower." He's like, "That's just what we need. It's just what we need." And I was like, "Yeah, my dude, come on."
Agreed.
Yeah.
So moving on to Xfinity.
Yeah, take it. That AI camera, I can't do it.
Bell. Christopher Bell with the sweep dominates, but honestly, he was in 3rd place, and unlike McDowell, he waited, and the opportunity arose, and he won. Sometimes you don't have to force your hand.
Yeah.
I think. What do you guys think about? Like, I mean, I think he was a top 5 car all day, but I don't think he wasn't what he was on Sunday.
No. I thought it was Custer's race for sure. I thought Custer had
absolutely.
I only saw the last 3 laps. I only saw a replay, but of the last 3 laps, but I looked like they handed it over to Bell. Just seemed like Custer or Sheldon should have won the race, but they were all like, "Nah, we're gonna hit each other out of the way." So,
yeah,
I don't know, but I guess was it a good race? Was it?
I thought
it was a good race. There's a lot going on.
It was
anytime Creed can get a 10th second for the 10th time.
Oh,
that's amazing.
I'm starting to feel bad for him, honestly. Like I'm kind of getting there. Like,
a lot of the second places are against Cup drivers. I think he lost to Larson a few times. I think at Arlington he lost to Bell.
Yeah,
actually lost to Larson at Bristol, I think. I mean, there's a few.
It is kind of like ridiculous how much the Cup drivers are taking over the Busch series.
I wasn't trying to point at that. I'm just saying that there's quality.
I'm just saying, I think so. It gets frustrating when it's like, you look at their standings, it's like, man, they got like 6 wins all year in the Cup series or in the, like from their actual drivers, and the rest are all Cup drivers. So it's kind of frustrating, but whatever.
I know they always say they love it because it makes them better. I'm curious if they actually love it or if they're just like trying to be PC and they're like, well, we love when they come here. It's awesome.
I like to beat little girl. Speaking of little girls getting beaten, let's end the Xfinity series. Let's talk about a fraud alert. Fraud.
I know where we're going with this.
Haley Deegan is trash.
Okay. She just needs to step down for a bit and just kind of get some confidence back.
The best way to get better is to stop doing it.
No, I'm just saying, like, I understand. In
fact, to prove that she sucks, Mitch is defending her.
You're right.
Oh my God.
You're right. Thanks, David. I appreciate that. As you can see on my wall.
If there's ever been a B-class wall, it's behind Mitchell.
Okay. Casey has to be an A-.
Last time Casey Case won a race, it was a B main, okay?
It was actually Indianapolis.
I think it was a C main.
No, it wasn't.
It was a B main.
It hasn't been a sprint car race, and he's been doing it for a bit, but that's okay. We still love him. No, I'm just saying, like, she definitely, I think she has confidence issues right now because I've definitely seen her win races before in a NASCAR series. I've seen when she used to be aggressive and actually move people out of the way. All that stuff is gone, and now it sounds like she full throttled somebody. I didn't see the replay.
Buddy, I've seen her Instagram. She is not lacking confidence.
I don't have it. Wait, I don't have Instagram, so I have no idea. But
I actually don't either. That was a joke.
The driver of the 92 did take responsibility for the wreck, if that helps at all. But I think what's hard is every week she's running like 30th and then she wrecks.
She's not getting better and it's getting frustrating. So it is definitely an alarm there.
She's getting wrecked a lot because she's back with the people who suck.
Yeah, and that's the part that is getting because like I expected more. Like honestly, I was expecting her to be like a top 15 car. I really was.
I agree. And she's shown capability some weekends, but the question is, I guess, why is she so uncomfortable in this car?
Because
you could say it if you want. I don't know why she's so uncomfortable with this car because she wasn't uncomfortable, I guess, in K&N and ARCA. And LNC Truck, she ran top 15 that last year. She just had some issues at the end, but she ran all right. But it just seems like she's it's just scared or not comfortable. I don't know what it is.
Well, and especially because like with her driving style, I thought Xfinity was going to be like the perfect match. Work. Yeah, and and that team is a decent team. Like Moffitt ran top 15 all last year in that car. Yeah, and then Ford brought a bunch of money in too. So
yeah, she got money. So I don't know. I just hope it's a better second half because it's very alarming right now. She should be top 20 in points. There should be no excuse.
Yeah, I agree because I look at Kyle Weatherman and I don't think that DGM car is as good. And Weatherman's finishing top 15 most every week with it. So it's like, you have that comparison of like someone that I feel like is optimizing their situation versus the opposite. And I like Haley Deegan. Like I really want her to do well. I'm getting frustrated. Like it's like, come on. Yeah. Like there's something
I get
there.
It, man. I get it. It definitely is frustrating, but I don't know. It's the first year on it, so we'll just keep on keeping on. But I totally get that perception for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the big thing is going to be bringing the car home clean. Like,
that's huge.
Yeah. If you suck, at least come home sucking with a clean car. Like, I think that's the next step. Right. Exactly.
I think I can count off more cars that races that she's been wrecked in. Like to start off with Daytona, like she was in that wreck, and I don't feel like she should have been in that wreck. She should have been hanging out and not. I mean, she was way further away. I guess she got hit from behind, but you shouldn't have some idiot behind you. You should be following or something. Like,
Right.
You should not have some self-awareness with that, or someone tell her. I don't know, but I don't want her to give up though. I do think she can keep on, and hopefully she'll get better here in a few years, but we'll see.
I'd like to. I hope she gets a chance. We'll find out. And Bonsignor, whose name I'm probably going to say wrong, also really, really impressive today. Modified driver, first ever Xfinity race, and ran top 5 the whole race. Got wrecked at the end by, I think, Sam Mayer, but worth noting. Very, very impressive run from him. So,
what's Sam calling himself?
Mayer?
Super gay.
Superman.
No, he said something. He had a quote like he's like, I should be in the Cup Series.
Oh,
he said that. He's calling himself
so
Superman,
cringy.
right?
It's like, okay, you won. You beat Ryan Sieg. Woo, you beat a small team, and you.
I don't know. All I can think of when he talks is when he got his ass kicked by Ty Gibbs. Remember?
Yeah, well, that's
Superman.
yeah.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind Sam Mayer in Cup just for that entertainment.
Actually, so I think one of my favorite all-time moments in NASCAR, honestly, for me, was Dale Earnhardt's podcast after that fight. He was like, "Man, we got to start sending our kids to the MMA training."
That's right. He's like, "Well,
He got his butt kicked."
I think Amy was on that episode too. She was like, "Damn, like, come on."
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's I don't feel like Sam Mayer is worthy of a Cup ride yet. Like, he has improved himself, but that his statement to me was so weird because I'm like, there's better drivers in limbo right now. Like, Noah Gragson's a better driver than Sam Mayer, and his career's in limbo. So, like, why in the world would a Cup team call Sam Mayer?
I think the only person that should be called up right now would probably be Corey Heim. I think he's had his little test, or he raced a few races and outperformed, I feel like, what that car was running. And then also he's just dominating the truck series. And then, David mentioned about him in Xfinity running really well too. If the car doesn't break, he runs well.
Yeah.
So he knows a lot. And I think if he's really good in the trucks, you most likely will be really good in Cup because they race pretty similar, I feel like.
They really are. And the rumor I'm hearing is he's going to be in a third 2311 car next year. That's kind of
that's right there, a playoff threat. So that's instantly someone who could get a win somewhere if all the cards play right.
Could be interesting. Yeah, I know. Like, it's a big step, but you're right. There's a lot of the driving style that translates between trucks and Cup, like a lot. So
I would say if the car was different, like if it handled more like the Xfinity car, not that he's bad in Xfinity, but he hasn't won as much, I guess. I don't think he's won anything in Xfinity yet, but it'd just be cool to see, because you look at Hocevar's situation, he was not terrible in trucks. He just was a little crazy, right? And then he goes to Cup and he runs pretty well.
He's still a little bit crazy.
He's crazy, but he definitely is crazy. But it's more the fact, I guess, that he jumped in that 42 car, ran half decent with it, and then he's running really well this year in the 77. So the truck theology, if you're going off of that could be a thing.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, and it makes sense at this point. If Cup is your end goal, the Xfinity Series is kind of pointless. Like, the Xfinity Series is almost its own destination at this point, because it's just I totally different driving style. But I do love literally every time a Cup driver runs an Xfinity race, the first thing out of their mouth is, "Oh, they're so much fun." And I forget who was I was listening to someone Christopher Bell on Kevin Harvick's thing is asking about it, and the first thing out of his mouth was, "Oh, those Xfinity cars are so much fun." It's like, I just love that every stinking time. Like, but
yeah,
I'm not. We're not going down that rabbit hole today.
They'll wake up eventually, whenever they get bought out. But someone will wake it up.
I think so too. I think there's enough people whining right now that it looks good. So,
all right.
Oh, sorry. Do you have something, David? You can take it.
No, I was just going to say, rumor has it that
there you go.
I think it might even be confirmed that Homestead, Watkins Glen, Atlanta are rumored to be out of the playoff next year. New Hampshire, Gateway, and Darlington are in. A little strange that Watkins Glen was kicked out before it even happened.
I know. Isn't that hilarious? Like,
You know,
they just
you
know
bring
it's
up
going
a
to
good
suck.
It could be the best race ever, and it's like, you're done.
Well, it's going to sell out. I know that.
Yeah, it usually
is.
does.
Yeah.
The weirdest
A lot of flat
one-
tracks. Like, how do we feel about all these flat tracks?
Well, and there's already some in there. Like, that's what's weird. Like, I just don't.
Yeah.
I don't get the Gateway thing at all. And like, I don't.
95% of NASCAR fans wanted the championship to be at Homestead.
Well,
So instead of doing that, we're just going to not have it in the playoffs at all.
Right.
I was mad too, but I understand why they're doing it and what someone explained to me. They are going to have it in the beginning of the year. They're going to have it in the beginning of the year, and it's going to give them about 18 months to renovate for the championship race. So they have to do renovations, apparently. That's the only reason.
Gosh, please.
I thought,
Please be
thought it was
right.
the dumbest
Please
thing to
be
take
right.
the best track out of the playoffs. I was like, well, I think it makes for a great, either for now, obviously championship race. I think it's a perfect place to go, but just overall, you have every single element. So it's a good driver's track. And honestly, I kind of wish we went twice. at this point with this car. So
Well, yeah, because it actually.
Just so Kyle Larson can have 2 wins more.
Bell won the last time,
I know he did.
but you're right. It's going to be between those two.
Hey, 12 was pretty fast last fall. Just saying.
Oh,
there.
yeah.
That was the one that Larson KO'd into the pit wall. So that was memorable.
Let's put Iowa in the playoffs. What,
Dude.
Where's that conversation?
I don't even care what the weather's like in November. Just freaking go to Iowa, because that was like good. Like that was one of the best next gen races we've seen, I thought. So
For that, yeah.
I just don't get, like, so the Darlington move makes sense. The only reason Darlington was out this year was because of the Olympic schedule thing. So that's and obviously Darlington belongs there. So like that's a no conversation. But and I like that Atlanta's out, to be honest. I kind of like Atlanta being its own thing in the regular season. I just
Not
don't
as
get the
balls
New
in
Hampshire
July.
Gateway thing. I don't get it at all. Like,
No. Well,
I mean, can we promise that it's going to rain at New Hampshire? If so, I'm in. But like outside of that,
Well, I'm really hoping that whenever we go back to New Hampshire, they have this tire situation figured out. Because, I mean, I'm pretty sure the tires are ripping the track up at this point.
well,
you're
I
not
can
wrong.
tell you that apparently the weather's better in the fall in New Hampshire than it is in the summer. We get rain every time we go to New
I don't
Hampshire.
think the weather is ever good in New Hampshire.
I don't know. I just
You're not wrong.
I can't recall a fall. I remember more fall New Hampshire races happening than not happening. I just remember every time we race New Hampshire in the summer, it's freaking raining. I think Casey Kane's when it was cloudy, Denny Hamlin's when it was cloudy, Brad Keselowski when it was cloudy. It rained against Bell. It got dark for Eric Amarola. Like, where is the lights? Like,
I tell you what,
Not at the
they're
racetrack,
going to-
that's for sure.
They're not at the racetrack. All right, you just said his name, so we're going to hit on a quick point here.
Yeah.
So Ariola's not been driving the 20. Rumor has it it's because he called Bubba the N-word.
I don't think
they're
that's
also
real.
saying
that was
that's
a real.
not
Wait.
true.
I don't
That
think it's
theory,
real.
like, you don't think it's real?
I don't think it's real. I've seen enough to tell me it's not real. I don't buy it.
You think it would have got leaked by now, like big time,
I'm
like
pretty
videos?
sure that Alex, your opinion doesn't matter to any of us. He did it.
That's crazy.
And if he did do it, all I'm saying is they might put him in the 48 next year, and he's going to
I knew you were going. With that.
Hendrick's like, I got my boy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what cup contending driver will he? What cup car will he get next year? That's kind of seems
gosh.
Yeah, how about it?
protocol.
I don't know. I hope he's gone. I can't stand the guy. He reminds me of a Gibbs. Like, all bless this holy screw you. Like,
and then he says that, which is.
I'm really hoping it's not. It sounds like he said something negative about the Joe Gibbs intermediate product, in a TV interview, and that's what I've seen for the most. That's what ticked people off.
Gibbs is that soft.
They're like, he doesn't get us.
Clearly. Did you hear that they will not hire Corey Heim because him and Ty Gibbs have beef? Like, that literally came out this week.
Are you serious?
Oh,
that's a thing?
It's Joe Gibbs is blinded by his grandson. And
I thought Mayer had more beef with Ty than
gets him. Everybody does.
Yeah.
Moving on, because I don't even care about Joe Gibbs or the 20 or Amarola or Ty Gibbs.
Areola.
But Haas is maintaining 2 Xfinity cars and 1 Cup car, and they will be working under the Haas.
Didn't I call that?
IEM. You did actually.
I'm like, there's no way they're just going to leave.
OEM. I said IEM. Ooh. So that's I don't know how they're going to keep. I don't see how they're going to have 1 car and be competitive.
So the rumor
is he just like on a crazy thing again, or what's going on here?
I think it's got some legs. I mean, the Xfinity program is really good, so there's something right there. There was clearly something just wrong with the 4 SHR cars. So to me, it's got potential. Like I'm kind of curious to see what happens.
And let's just bring up some statistics. And I don't want to be that guy because I know Cole Custer's getting a bad rap on comments. Like literally, they're saying, "Oh, Daddy's providing a Cup car," blah blah blah. But you realize the last person to win in the 41 car was Cole Custer.
Yeah.
And last year's champion was Cole Custer for Xfinity.
Yeah.
So I think.
Oh, I think he has more talent in his left foot than Harrison Burton does in his whole body.
That's for sure. Well, Harrison Burton's gone. He's done. Like I haven't heard one rumor with him staying in the Cup Series.
I think NBC is going to hire him to replace Dale.
Jeez.
Oh my gosh.
How funny would that be? He's like, yeah, in all my races, all 18 of them.
Yeah.
Andy Petrie stepping down at RCR. We already covered that.
I already covered that. Who cares about Andy Petrie?
Alex, do you want to give us an update on the dirt track moments of the week?
So it's got to be real short because I was working all weekend, so I was watching from a distance. Hussets Speedway was supposed to have like a big multi-day event with the World of Outlaws. Dude, like I'm telling you, half the racetrack and the entire surrounding area is underwater. Like, probably not at this point, but they had an insane amount of rain, and there's that little creek that runs through the back of the property, like completely flooded. Like they were using a big John Deere tractor to like pull campers out. Like it was insane. I've never seen flooding that bad at a racetrack.
That just goes to show you that the Lord is a high limit fan. Apparently,
that's all I'm guessing.
That's what it is.
So,
or there's someone. I was gonna say one of us must have been there.
Yeah. Was my camper parked there? I'm pretty sure that's the curse. That's got to be it. And then the Port Royal Speedway, we had actually a lot of the drivers that were there drove to Port Royal, which was kind of cool, and had an amazing battle for the win between Brent Marks and Anthony Macri. I'm not a huge Anthony Macri fan myself, but there was. And Anthony Macri got the dub. So congratulations. It was a good race. They kind of were sliding each other, working through lap traffic. So it was a good win. And we do have the PA Speed Weeks coming up very, very soon. So I believe this Friday kicks it off. So that'll be exciting for those of us in the South Central Pennsylvania area. We got a lot of good sprint car racing coming our way. That's all I got.
That was very good, Alex. I was impressed by you.
Thank you.
So we're looking forward. Actually, let's look back and see who won. I do believe in Mitchell. Congratulations on picking the guy who wins all the races there. I think I lost because I picked Brad and he sucked. I don't remember who. Alex, who'd you pitch?
I picked Blaney.
I picked Blaney, who was in the spot. So, it was a good weekend for both of us, Mitch.
So you beat me by 2. So looking forward, Nashville.
Yes.
How are we feeling about this? Who we picking?
Ooh.
For the Ally 400, I know who I'm picking.
Wow. It's either going to be Brad or Brad.
You want me to tell you who I'm picking?
Sir. You gonna say it?
Just say it. Just say it, David.
Wow, it zoomed back. I am going to pick the 48 car.
Or that.
You suck. That was totally my pick. I thought I was going to slide under the radar.
Because it's the Ally 400 and he's due.
I know. Remember when the Lowe's car won at Lowe's Motor Speedway all the time? There's a thing.
And the Pennzoil car wins at the Pennzoil race.
You're not wrong.
I'm just saying.
You're right.
Alex Bowman, the showman. He's going to get the pole too. You heard it here first.
I'm okay with that. I would love to see that this weekend. I hope that happens.
Mitch, would you like to make a choice?
I don't know. I thought since I had the best finish, I thought what you call it was going next. Alex.
Oh, sorry. Alex, you're next.
Yeah, you are correct. I'm sorry. Well, shoot, I was gonna pick him. I think it's gonna be a Chevrolet. I'm leaning towards Team Hendrick, so I think Willie B's due. He's had a little bit of speed. He's just got to close. So this feels like a Willie B kind of weekend.
Interesting. I didn't think you were going there with that, but I like that pick. I like me a little Willie B.
I mean, I was going Bowman, but someone sniped him, so you know.
Well, I'm going to keep on this Hendrick train because you remember who won there last year, right? You know, in the year before that. Well, no, not my mom. No, wait, did
Ross Chastain won there last year? But I know who you're setting up.
Did he? Oh, I thought Chase Elliott did. So that was 2 years ago. Wait, okay, so we had Chase Elliott win in the Hooters car.
Ross Chastain.
By the way, I'm going with Kyle Larson. So I just
Kyle Larson, the champ.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go
Young
with him.
Money. Not so young money.
Because he ever since that whole IndyCar thing, he's been fast every week. He just either gets wrecked or something happens. But this is a really good track for him, and especially if it's hot.
Yeah, he's in a little bit of a drought. He is due. He hasn't won for 3 weeks.
I know. You're not wrong. I know.
I'm not even being sarcastic with it. I'm not even
right.
He's due.
Like 4 or 5 drivers have 3 wins, or was it 4 drivers? Parody's gone.
I mean,
Parody's gone.
Well, who is it? It's got to be the 24, the 5, and the 11, right? Have got to be multi-winners.
Wins the 5, the 11, the 20, the 24.
Oh, I didn't think about that because Bell won at Phoenix, so he's a multi-winner now too.
Yeah,
good.
3. Doesn't he have 3?
He's got 3.
He won Charlotte, remember? Because they canceled the race.
Oh, I'm still mad about that race. I'm forgetting it happened. I'm still furious.
I got a text. from Charlotte today, and they said, "Would you like to lock your tickets?" And I'm about to text them. Are you going to cancel the freaking race?
Oh,
yeah. So the only non-single drivers all have 3 wins.
Is it the Coca-Cola 305 again? You running that again next year, Charlotte Motor Speedway?
I want a triple Xfinity race. I don't want this cup crap.
Yeah, seriously, dude, that Xfinity race was really good. Like really, really good.
Only reason why I'm considering it.
Yeah. But we're not going down that road.
No.
Yeah, I like it. I think those are all really, really, really good picks, and I think they all have a potential. So it would be nice to see Bowman
real
win.
quick. Actually, one more note before we wrap up the podcast. Here's a joke for you.
Oh gosh,
Alex. I know how many differentials you can blow, but how many trannies do you blow?
Oh my gosh.
So Alex is doing his quarterly differential blowout. This man must not know how to tow a truck.
Every 2
or
trips to Florida.
Pull a truck.
Yeah.
Every 2 trips to Florida.
My truck is about to get its 4th transfer
greasing.
case, for those that are wondering what this joke is. In the last 2 years, this will be the 4th transfer case.
Because it happened when we came back from Darlington.
Correct. That was number 2. The first for me, but it was the second for the truck. Yeah.
Second for the truck. And then we had Michigan.
Oh, right? Remember Michigan?
It was shortly after that,
yeah. And then we had...
and then, yep.
Was this the 3rd, I guess? Oh, this would be the 4th.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a trip that the truck did not break down on.
Listen, my love for that truck has gotten considerably less and less and less. And then
I'm
yesterday
shocked,
I was
you
looking.
still
I'm shocked you're still wearing Ford gear. I'm shocked. I'm getting rid of Dodge.
Where-
I've admitted. I'm getting rid of them.
I'm debating.
Remember, I can't remember what race it was, but it was us and your old truck, and the girls were sitting in the back in like the
that
half
Martinsville
seats.
race.
Oh,
That was our first camper trip together. Was that one?
And I met y'all
so
there.
horrible.
I didn't even
Yeah.
drive, so I don't know how the drive was, but
the drive
showed
was
up.
not good.
But the racing was fantastic.
Oh,
I do remember
the racing
that.
was fantastic.
That was Gen 6
remember-
golden era short track racing.
The trip was miserable, and we got to the campsite at like 10 o'clock at night. Might have even been 11. It was raining, and Alex literally parked. I went backing him into the spot, and he puts the truck in park, and Cubs walks back to me. I said, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I've got to get away from these women."
So he's 100% right. That happened, and the setup is the hitch that I had at the time was a really noisy hitch. Well, every time you would make a turn, it would squeak, or it would not squeak, but like, and it was a crappy hitch. I got rid of it. Yeah, I got a new hitch this year, thank God. But every time it would make a noise, the girls would like freak out and yell. And after like the fifth time, I just literally stopped and I was like, "Y'all need to get out. I'm done. I can't I can't do this anymore. I'm sorry. Like, you gotta go."
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
I was like, "Dude, we're not." And we ended up not even parking there because, tell you what, the worst part about Martinsville is leveling a camper.
Dude, if
My
it's your
God.
first time
Oh,
camping,
yeah.
please do not go to Martinsville. You need like
on
go
a
to
hill.
like a Darlington or a Charlotte where like you have to use like one little bumper on one tire. But Martinsville is
Yeah,
like,
so
all right,
every-
here's the freaking mountain. You find a way to put
Luckily,
a camper
we
on the
didn't
side of the
roll out of
mountain.
Yeah, we were laying like this, so you just had to sleep on this side of the bed.
Oh,
And then I felt the blanc one of those times. That hurt.
dude, that was
Oh.
oh yeah. Now we know. I have found
Fine.
where the flat spots at Martinsville are, and next time we go, that is where we will be.
We're just
parking.
going to pick the flat
Yeah,
spot. They
the
can
only
tell us
problem-
where to go. We're picking the flat spot.
The only problem with the flat spot is it's 17 feet from the train track, so when it goes off in the middle of the night, it feels like the train's going through your body.
That, I'm telling you, our first night in Martinsville, I about peed my pants. I thought that train
was
is
something
so loud. I thought it was coming through the camper. It is like words cannot express how loud that train is.
Well, let's see. The back of the camper was about 4 feet off the fence, and the fence was about 5 feet from the train tracks.
So it was not far.
So-
It was not far.
It was not far. It felt like it was, and it was. I mean, they must have hit this like right at us.
They did that on purpose because
yeah.
everybody's
No, they do.
sleeping,
They're like,
everybody
yeah,
hungover.
Drunk a-holes sleeping in there.
3:30 in the morning. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
3:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
So,
that's
anywho,
good.
I
why
say
don't you
that
close
about
us out,
wraps up
David?
the podcast. Thank you for tuning in. We'd like to thank our studio sponsor, ADB Media. I'm excited. It's racing season. I have Alex. Are you going to be down at the musical this week?
Nope. I got another week or two until I show up.
Well, we only have 3 weeks till the show, so you might want to.
That sounds right then.
Yeah, next week would be great. Mitchell, it's fun seeing you again.
Of course. Good seeing everybody.
Follow the Racing Addicts podcast on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube.